for example. But here we go. Looks like we're into the action, and we're going to see Team Liquid down on the T side here on Inferno. Astralis certainly the favourites as Dupree pushes the envelope towards second middle. Doesn't get any damage done. You can see the utility coming in. Liquid have got 2 smokes, a Molotov and a few flashbangs as well. We'll see whether they can crack open the defense here of Astralis. They've got a kit as well, 2 flashbangs. No damage being inflicted just yet. This is what we'd call a very standard default. But look at the pressure from the CTs at the top of B there. Going to have 3 players waiting. Zipex and Device right by those sandbags trying to bait a player in. Could work out very nicely if Liquid decide to go back.
So, an arsenal of grenades over top of the A site. Smoke lands in front of the library. They've got one on the balcony of the apartment entrance, but well read by Magisk, as you call him Prince of Pit, slides over, finds that gap, and sees them coming through the doorway. Dupree shuts down Elige. Find as Nitro at least makes it towards CT. Bomb gets toward the B site. Glaive going down. That's the only kill they require in opening up the site in its entirety. It's a 2 versus 2. Bomb planted him with an ample time to run back toward Banana, but in doing so, remember the twist, despite having 3 kills, good start, has 17 HP, and there is a kit for Magisk picked up. Good find for Magisk to go out and get the first, and Dupree over his shoulder gets the crossfire perfectly established.
I think you went a little bit too all in for the bait and switch play there, Matt. Didn't really help out his teammate, almost hung him out to dry there. Natfly could see what he was trying to do, hold up for the bomb as long as possible, hoping his teammate would take the aggro. He sort of did, but Dupree and Device coming through, win the clutch, and it's a best-of-1 environment. Pistols are absolute king, as we'll get into round number 2 here. Presumably the force buy comes out in the 3rd round, considering that bomb got planted. We'll see whether that rings true. Liquid happy know the force buy in these rounds before, but like I said, best-of-1, you don't really want to take that risk. That is a gamble, if ever I've seen one. So they'll go for a little bit of investment with a couple of deagles here. At PG-50, the objective purely to get that bomb planted. Very unlikely they can actually win the round here. So see Glaive once again towards those sandbags. You'll see Astralis get there a lot. Device on the M4 this time, looking to open things up, and spots that with no armor, so they will drop like flies as he's the first one removed. And Device doesn't really have to fight too hard here. Needs to be careful though, he is still vulnerable to the 1D.
Yeah, don't get caught in the corner. Fortunately, Dupree's still there with him, trying to get that position. When they do wrap arounds, as you say, so long as he doesn't get that 1D. First kill going the way of Astralis, slows things down momentarily. A minute and 13 still to play with, and finally we get 2 more, leaving us with Elige and Natfly, leaving us with Elige, who gets a kill on to Magisk. Give him an M4. Something to work with, and finding a kill on Device. Although he doesn't have the bomb in the round, I think too far gone. 58 seconds, he could still make a play for this. He's certainly making this a problem for the bank accounts on the Astralis side, as Dupree will finally get around behind Team Elige to fall. 2-0. Zonic, as Paula called him, is in the zone.
He is, and he's looking fabulous, if you ask me.
He's a fabulous man.
He is. He's like the father figure I've been saying recently. I love the way he's got a new, like...
He is a father.
Well, for this team specifically. Like, he doesn't just go for the shoulder rubs now. He's got a new technique. He, like, rubs the back of their head in, like, a loving sort of way. It looks quite nice.
The way you describe it actually just sounds creepy.
He kind of gives them a rub on the back of the head. We'll watch out for it. I've got the secondary screen. I can just watch their team cameras. So I'm going to make sure I keep my eye on it and make sure I track. As he gives them water right now as well. He really is just... a great overall guy, and one of the most influential coaches we have in the game right now, as we have a technical pause. It gives us more time to talk about rubbish like that. As,
rubbing heads, giving them water.
I was hoping we could move on from it.
You sound like you really like him, Henry.
Well, I just respect what he's doing. I feel like he's the whole package. He's not just a strategic king. He's kind of looking after them as well.
Well, he's all in on this team, too. He is... look, you see some coaches come and go, that they've got their playbooks, but they don't feel like they're fully invested in the team's success, if you will. And he's very much a part of this team, Zonic. He's all about it. Remember when they won the major? Much like Valen's, actually, with Cloud9. He was all in as well in that moment. Every bit as much emotion as the players. So I'm with you on that one. Looks like, Henry, we're back underway. Taco holding on to a CZ75, the rest on to AK-47s, an AWP, and 2 UMPs to go along with the M4s on the Astralis side, and obviously Device, the one to have the AWP. Watch Dupree push down mid. Already at the bench, not spotted from lower as of yet.
He needs to be careful, though. He didn't find the insta-kill. Will he fall back safely? Certainly will. Remember, Taco went into CZ because he bought a deagle in the second round. He knows they need a bit of utility here. He's going to get down to that pistol only, but it's an early 5 versus 4. Remember, Team Liquid don't necessarily have a dedicated AWP, especially on a map like Inferno. If Nitro's having an off day and he can't wield the rifle and the AWP, this is where Team Liquid will struggle. They are a fantastic team, but they rely very heavily on Nitro, as now they have to recover the 5 versus 4. They've got a couple of smokes, a couple of Molotovs, and some map control towards middle, but Dupree, he's looking to get that back, holding by by the bomb site right now, but he's looking for that one frag fallback. Device, the exact same mentality. They've got the advantage, no reason to give it up.
Swing out mid-wall. Good find from Dupree. Good response from Nitro. Had to be traded off on the AK at the very least. They need to do better than that. Given that Nitro's on 11, given that they're down a man, given that there's 37 seconds left, and they don't have access cleanly toward the A site as of yet. Waiting inside of it, they'll have Magisk on the M4. Nap's gotten a little bit closer toward the atrium. Very passive otherwise, though, than just Magisk. He's going to have to rely on Device in library to pick up another shot. Does so on to Nap. That allows Magisk to go searching toward the apartments, rather naturally so, given the timing and slow peak that Device did spot. So 3-0 for Astralis.
Well, there we go. Pretty much perfect stuff from the Danes so far. They go for the early pick knowing there's no AWP available. That's the key. That's why he's facing towards T steps. There's no risk whatsoever of an AWP being there. Unlikely anyone hits that one shot with the AK. Device, great round from him. And now another eco for Team Liquid here, going to number 4 with just those pistols. PT-50s, a CZ for Taco. Like we said, he had a bit less money in the previous round, but more into this one because he didn't spend absolutely everything. So we'll get the CZ armor. It's not going to win in the round. It actually goes down first as Dupree opens things up. He'll go down to 50 HP, but dropping the smoke, he should be able to get back safely. As I say that, he does take a few more shots, but still alive and kicking. And he'll try and recover, but Magisk, like we said, always so good towards that graveyard. The pit, he does absolutely everything on that side of the map. An absolute beast. Watch out for him. It's a lot of fun to watch. As we'll see Glaive now with the SMG. 2 of those available. Glaive and Zipex trying to farm some cash, and they certainly will do. I have to say, Matt, Glaive on Inferno recently has been an absolute masterclass. One of my favorite players on this particular map. B-bomb site, the clutches on the T side. Just watch out for it. It's a lot of fun to watch. It's so good.
Decent find and hold from inside of the sights. Twist goes down. Very stoic. A few little fist bumps, matter of procedure.
Well, here we go. The next gun round, still no AWP, but that's to the T side, to be expected, really. We'll see whether round number 5 will yield any sort of success here for the North Americans. So far, not looking too good for them. But they're on the T side of Inferno, very early days here. And what's the change of approach here? They are going to send 4 players towards those T steps, looking for a faster entrance towards middle, perhaps. Dupree will be joined by Magisk at the very start. Remember, he's got that AK-47. You do not want a player like him getting comfortable with a weapon like that. Does have that one-tap potential, means he can take more aggressive, audacious angles at the very beginning of each round. Not going to find an opening pick, but damage inflicted towards Twister. He'll be taken to 48 points of health for the rotator player over. I assume they've got Device set up a B. Indeed they do. Once he gets established in a position like this on the half wall, it means he can just patrol that area. They can send more firepower towards A. That's the more likely bomb site to finish up towards on a default. And now Glaive firing off bullets through the smoke. That flashbang could do a lot of good for them, but they will fall back. Molotov towards garbage. And at this point, it's just holding them at bay. They're allowing them to have middle. That's absolutely fine.
Device cops the flash. Can't find the shot as a result, but they won't challenge for banana control. He falls off at awkward smoke, but that's fine. He'll go back down to find Twist. Wasn't the first kill in the round. We actually missed that. It was Nap that got one for Team Liquid, but that has since evaporated as Device finds 2 in response.
Well, there we go, 35 seconds, Matt. Zipex with the off angle with the UMP, and my God, does it work out for him. Elise drops, and now time ticking away. Taco has to make a play. He's doing so, but can't hit the shot. Magisk away. Great communication there from Astralis. Another perfect round. They drop 1 player. The bank accounts begin to swell at this point. Team Liquid find the maximum loss bonus, but they haven't been getting that bomb down at all. So, presumably they can get CZs out. They could force it. I would say at this point, if you're asking me, just take the partial buy. Do not go in for it.
Interesting to note as well, the last time that I was in this arena, obviously this is the 3rd ECS finals that have happened at the SSE in Wembley. I was not here for the last. I was off doing things and burning fossil fuels, etc., and rubber and brake pads. But it was when we first spotted Twist with TSM.
That's true, actually. He was playing in a different lineup there, I think with Semphis, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct.
And there it is, yeah, Magisk. He's actually at the B-bomb side this time, causing absolute havoc. You see Elise on 9 HP as well. Zipex rotating in, but still, this could work out. Taco alone, though, the bomb goes down, smoke drop. That, unfortunately, is going to be the round.
Sick was another player that was on that lineup.
He's kind of dropped off from the main spotlight. I'm sure he's still very prolific within North America, but we haven't seen him for a while, as it now comes down to the 2 versus 1. But remember, Ali's very low. If he gets this kill, there is always a chance, but can't do it. Dupree steps up and continues the complete destruction of Team Liquid here. 6-0. Remember, best of 1. Astralis looking for 2-0 to clear up the day. Loser will have to continue later on. We'll see what happens here. As there's Nafly, one of my favorite players right now in CSGO. I think he's absolutely stunning in terms of his CT defenses. I love his aim, his play style, and his flanks especially. He's very good at the timings of those, but he might not have the chance to show us what he's good at on the CT side if this continues. So remember, that was the partial buy. They do still have the maximum loss bonus, of course, but haven't really made a dent in these gun rounds so far. They've taken a tactical timeout just to work out, do we bring out the AWP? I think that's the main discussion. Device really is manhandling them right now. Mages just 12 kills. Device finding opening picks left, right, and center. The other two players haven't really had to do much. Glaive 1 kill, Zipex of 2. Just not really much available for them.
Valens was also the coach of that TSM team. I just looked up to
That's
go back,
right.
so there's a bit of those guys still around. A bit of that TSM lineup still existing. Device through his own smoke down toward middle. Very aggressive. Has that smoke to fall back on, but doesn't need to overcommit. Does fire off a shot, a warning shot at that. Toward the top of alt middle.
I love that. In fact, he drops a smoke to suggest, yeah, no AWP is coming here. Just runs through it anyway. That's going to be so tilting if he takes you down. And he's so hungry for frags. What is that shot? Nitro tried a quadrall to bedroom. He gets taken down. Dupree follows things up. And it's another round where nothing will be done by Liquid by the looks of things. The Liege will have to pull something magical out of the hat right now. 1 minute 14, and they're looking so good. Astralis haven't really missed a shot yet.
Device looking to try and get the AWP in position to catch off Elige. Rotating back from where he started. The top of middle, Elige pops a flash out. Well read by Device, well struck as well as he turns it around. Almost a free kick.
Yeah, this is almost a gimme game so far. Astralis just doing everything they can.
They'll know themselves, though, that a 12-3 half is not safe.
It's true.
So
They did discover that earlier. As Taku does get 1 kill in return. That's Dupree, one of the stronger units of Team Astralis going down here. Nafly and Taco picking up the pieces. Certainly possible, but with 30 seconds, maybe not realistic. We'll find out.
Fine from Taco on the trade on Magisk, but it's not enough as Device already found. Naf, the bomb, still not getting planted.
Nowhere near planted.
Red-faced Magisk, as always. At least now he's on a team that it matches the jersey a little
It's
bit.
true.
Blends in a little more.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is a battering so far. Liquid look lost.
That's be on the eco now as well. At least a partial buy. The CZ's PD50s. At this point, I'd be calling. Let's just give it a B rush maybe. Let's just see what happens there.
1 bomb plant that came on the pistol round. And that was at B. We've seen mostly A so far.
B rush. Let's give it a go, boys. Hope for the best.
Well, get 1 off it. 1-for-1 trade's not bad with the pistols. Not bad when you're going toward B, but with the flashes out, look at Glaive. All 3 in his name. Actually, I take it back. He got 2, and it was a nade from Device on his rotation. So then he gets in position to use the AWP as well. We go 8-0, and not even that's going to work.
Well, the rush beat. Might as well see what's going on. Hopefully they were looking to see if Device would be their solo, trade him out, get the AWP, apply him with the CZs. Didn't really happen though, did they? It was well read by Astralis. They sent 3 players at the start. One thing about the CT side gameplay of Astralis has been heralded recently is the fact they used HE grenades to perfection. It's something Zonic's been really working on, and it's some of the stats again on the CT side. I'd love to know after this one what the utility damage sits at, because HEs and incendiaries of them are very, very good. Nafly brings out the AWP, and this is the main problem with Team Liquid is they can have multiple AWPers. They've got Naf, Twist, and Nitro who pick it up, and none of them are specialists with the AWP. And you're going against Device, who certainly is. He's one of the world's best with that particular weapon. Are you going to be able to take him down? Have you got players well-versed enough in the weapon to actually challenge him toe-to-toe on pretty much his stomping ground, Inferno, where he's got all the freedom, he dictates the pace, and where it heads?
Elige to wait, works back out. Can't find anything on the initial approach from the boiler doorway as Dupree does fall off to the sides. They've at least put some thought into his mind that he has to go slightly more passive. Magisk is going to leave the Palace. Not. You've done me in there, because there's a place called Palace on Mirage.
Sure.
And you called him the Prince of Pit.
Yeah.
So I implied that
It didn't really
Pit is the Palace.
I really thought that one would stick on a little more. I said that at a big event.
I'm going to go with it. I'm here. I'm here now again, Henry. I can get your back.
Okay, well, obviously I was trying to go off the King of Banana thing, and I was like, Prince of Pits, Inferno, but no one really seemed to buy on that. Like, he had like 30 frags. I said it in a big, like, massive highlight moment. Didn't really work for me.
See,
and
the trick for you in your highlight moments, clinical, as they pincer them in from the bottom and middle, by the way. Good play from Device, take down the hop. It's hard to get hyped up about some of these rounds, even when it is gun rounds,
It's true.
because there's just nothing going Liquid's way. The thing is with your highlight clips, it's better to be critical, as you've learned with Zeus's.
Yeah, that was my most prolific clip so far, I think. Like, the most hyped one I've had is when someone actually just got 1 kill and it was probably their entry into the entire game. Yeah, like, me and him are still trying to get through that and rebuild our relationship.
He's an intimidating man.
Yeah, I had to share a lift with him recently, and oh god, did he hit another one? He's actually.
Tell me the lift story. I want to know more.
No, there was overall stories. We got on a lift together, and we're both thinking the same things. Like, wow, this is awkward. And we kind of had a little bit of small talk, but he's a nice guy, and he doesn't hold it against me. And I don't hold anything against him. We're still best friends, so it's all good. As the opening pick does come in again, and these rounds are difficult to get excited about. Right, this is Liquid, not really telling up whatsoever. You have to admire, though, the absolute clinic that Astralis are demonstrating right now. It's so good to watch when they're in 5th gear. Sure, it might not be the most competitive game, but you can't argue the fact that these guys are #1 in the world right now. They consistently perform. This isn't just a one-day only thing. Like, this is every single game they look this sharp. As Device flashed up now, and he's allowed them to get towards Arch. So this could be a little bit interesting, but remember, they only have pistols.
He is back inside the library position now. Flash caught him off. He ran into the door frame quite a few times. I tend to do that even when I'm not blind. As Glaive on 9 HP looks for some self-preservation with the smoke down. Unfortunately, it shows his feet, and Nitro is easily able to collect with the CZ. Leave us in a 4 versus 2. Taco on 13 HP, and Nitro will work back over toward the A site. Desperate at this point. First plan foiled. Couldn't get toward B so easily. Taco goes down. They still have the bomb. Does Nitro get a plant? Does he just go all in on it, hoping that they're not going to spot him working toward the site? That's not going to happen. Device goes back. Wants the headshot. Will get it. Find him, and he's still inside of the site. Rather than charging forth to find the AWP, he gets caught by the M4 trying to duel. And I've lost track, but I think it's 10-0 now for Astralis.
It is. This is getting desperate at this point. You're kind of wondering, can you even get a single round? And even if you do, you're going to lose that loss bonus. I've got some good news, Matt. I just got my new passport arrived, so I will be coming to Brazil with you on Monday. That's going to be a thing.
Excellent.
So
Belo Horizonte.
Yeah, it's going to be happening. So let's thank the passport gods for that one. That was a bit of a worry on my mind. I haven't really been sleeping recently, so that's good. That is great news for everyone.
That is great news. That's awesome.
So
I was very worried that I was going to have to cast with someone like Jason.
No, I wouldn't do that to you. It's fine. It's going to be 3 AK-47s purchased so far. Another tactical timeout for Team Liquid. And if you are just joining us, indeed, do not adjust your sets. The score is correct. It is 10-0 for the world's #1 team, Astralis, on the CT side of Inferno. It is a CT-sided map, but not to this extent. The fragging so far for Team Liquid has been non-existent, really. No one's stepping up. No one really showing me anything that's going to be suggesting they can pull this one back. But if you get 12-3, that's fine. But they're a far cry away from that at this point. We're going to see round number 11 coming in here. Device, as ever, dynamic. Just moving around the map. Middle, banana, second mid, apartments. You just never know where he's going to be, and that's why you can't counter him. If he's in the same position at Arch every single time, obviously you smoke him out, you can flash him off. But now, where do you use your utilities? You know he's in a different position every single time.
And even if you want to gamble on it, you're going to be essentially doing so in multiple positions, therefore bleeding out your own utility rather than on execution. So.
Indeed. He's put the fear of God in them, and you can see them not really presenting much in terms of, I'd be going for the set piece right now. I said, let's just get some B control, set piece towards me. Let's just at least get that bomb down. Let's get some trades going on. Defaults, we're losing these first picks every single time. I didn't consider that, you're right. And I make a pick, so.
Twist and Elige trying to find a crossfire. Do get some damage thrown their direction by way of bullets in the smoke. Degrees M4, the one that dealt them. Magisk, 44 HP. The only one to take damage on the Astralis side, and they are firmly set in to this very passive hold, and comfortable in doing so, seemingly. I say that, they do have Glaive looking somewhat inquisitive toward the top of middle. No one going to be spotted toward the mid-wall, but Device, meanwhile, has held in banana with the AWP. Flash off, doesn't even matter. Timing's perfect, angle so. And he finds twists before they get around the corner, and as he backs off, Elige suffers the same fate. I have to say, as much as Liquid aren't getting anything done, and they do look a little bit hesitant, I think that is, like you say, it is the fear of God that's been put into them, and Astralis are playing this so well.
4 seconds, Naflight, he needs to die at this point. Will he go down? We're like, oh no, he's gone down after the time. It's actually a disaster at this point. He gets 0 money now.
I was almost hoping he'd get the knife to at least give him something.
Oh, did no, he's got, he's still 3,700. I think he's fine. Did I miscalculate that?
No, I think you had that right. Maybe he went down as it expired.
Maybe he did. It looked like it was absolutely spot on, but there we go. I hyped it up for no reason as usual.
I got the fixed upon him trying to hit the knife, not the time, but I think you.
There we go. He had $1,000. He's got a CZ and armor, so he's got the utility instead. Well, I think he did get cash. I'm going to kind of move on from that as it is the 11-0. I didn't have my own PC right now. We'll get it tomorrow. So at that point, I can really bring the hard-hitting stats, the money information, as Nitro is taken down and we zip extra and picks up with the AK-47. There it is. Elige now gives him something to work with here. 1 minute 25, 4 versus 4. Naf needs a weapon still, but this is promising Elige. An equal trade favors the terrorist side. We'll see whether they can capitalize upon that. They need to look, they're looking very rigid, I would say is the most operative word to describe Liquid right now. They are very scared of device. I haven't seen a single set piece. It's all defaults. 1 banana rush has come in so far. Really not that impressed with their adjustments. I'm surprised Zeus hasn't taken a proper pause and given them an earful, but we'll see. Less than a minute here. And they have only got 1 Molotov as Naflight. Let's get a little bit singed there. He'll be fine. Dupree teleports the apartments, takes down Taco, but another trade comes through.
Back away into the corner, but just trying to see above the smoke as they enter from apartments. Small gap down by the Vespa. Elige gets the better of it. So finally, Liquid with a footing and around. It's a 2 versus 2 at that, but they've got control of the pits. They've got Magist locked into the site. Thankfully for his sake, Zipix has rotated over with the AK. Timing is everything. The peak is off before Magist. Zipix has gone the long way. Bomb down the site. He knows all he has to do is hold the angle. Elige has to duel and has to win the duel. He's been impressive in this round. He's got 3 kills so far, but it's not enough to win it. And it's 12-0 for Astralis. Naf looks on our second monitor. We get a preview of what's coming up before you see it. We get the inside info. Yeah, he looks pretty dejected. There you go.
He never normally looks that excited.
True. Yes. All right. Fair enough.
He's always been quite calm, I would say. But yeah, particularly quite dejected now. I think that's correct. But 12-0 comes in. The closest they've come to a round of 1 versus 1 against Zipex, though, really is not ideal. He wins the majority of them, and the money still is very, very strong for Astralis. And still yet to post a round. Pistols only. This is where you can steal rounds away, though, because at this point, Astralis, they start to take their foot off the gas a little bit. You're running away with the game. You feel like it's a guaranteed victory. Maybe someone's a little bit too cavalier with their approach and trying to find the first kill, knowing they're up against pistols. Give away a rifle, it can snowball. So I'm not completely discounting Liquid. I'd say, yeah, sure, 90% likely that Astralis will find at least another 2 rounds here, but if they can post 3, that would be excellent. It all starts here, though. And that's pretty much the last bit of hope I've got for you and Team Liquid on this particular map. They get 12-3 as a chance. They need to win this round.
Henry G breaking it down. DJG. Device backs off Dupree, swings out from the front of the library. So even though he won't get to position in the doorway in time with that AWP, or at least in time and such that they would be wrapping, he's got other guns in position. 25 HP left for Dupree, however.
Here we go.
Wrecked. They might get this round. Dupree now has to hold for 25 HP. 4 players on him because there's 1 to his left, and that was Elige. Glaive was slightly too late so as to shut it down. And it's only the second bomb plant of the half. It's taken this long since the pistol round to find another. As Zipix will take his turn trying to retake. They are at the disadvantage. Despite not many weapons up, Nitro has picked up an M4. HP is menacing against Astralis. The shot from Zipix certainly gives them a much better chance.
Glaive has got the smoke, and he's going to use that towards the pit, in fact. So they know one player's in towards the apartments, and just when I was saying this round was looking good, it looks like Taco might be out of luck here. 50 HP and just a deagle. He will be dropped, and it's going to be the 13-0. That's as close as we've possibly come. It doesn't happen, and they've got 2 more chances to post a single round as it all starts to fall apart again. Liquid there. With the bomb going down, do get a nice, healthy buy here at least. They'll get all the AKs, utility they need. No orb coming through. We've got 3 kills for Taco, 3 for Naf, 5 for Nitro. No one really stepping up. Twist and Elige have 7. And we go into round number 14. What a quick half it's been. What a disappointing half it's been, considering the trajectory that Team Liquid has been on. They've been getting better and better, especially with Taco coming in. Made semi-finals, grand finals, and this is not looking like the same team right now, but there it is. That's what I'm talking about. Dupree maybe starting to get a little bit carried away, and he'll be dropped first.
So Device waiting inside of Banana. Flash out, Nitro blind, but so too his Device has to fall away. He'll put some flames down to slow their approach because he needs a rotation back from Zipix. First pick to Liquid. On that early rotation, they nearly caught it off, but good awareness from Device to not get taken down too soon. 73 HP still to work with, in fact, so he's plenty healthy. That doesn't really make sense as a term, but he'll be fine with the AWP. Of lands behind New Box. Good find from Elige. Takes down Magisk. Glaive instead, though. So second bomb plant in a row, this time with guns up for Liquid, so they opened up the A side. Glaive does sneak back around to catch out Twist. That's all due in part to the fact that they have Naf, well away, well removed, still looking for lurkers, and well read from Xyp9x as well, because now they've given themselves a 3 versus 3 in the site with great HP, kits on everyone, Flash to work with still. Bomb's been ticking for a while, however, and Elige posted up with an AK, does have good position. You'll have seen the flash from the apartments. Good awareness, good call, good communication, and Taco to find the kill. Device just wants to do as much economic damage as he can at this point. Finally, Liquid are going to post around at 13-1.
Luckily, the bomb so far gone. He won't be winning this, but my God, did he make it expensive. Device takes all 5 down. Nightmare scenes there for Team Liquid, but they do win, and they'll get the reward money here. They had residual cash from winning the round, well, losing the round before getting the bomb down, so they should be absolutely fine here. There's with the opening pick, and you can see he's getting it done finally. Going in the way of Team Liquid. Luckily, the money factor won't be an issue here. They still get the AK's utility, and we go into the final round. It's 13-1, and I think you're all well educated enough in Counter-Strike to know that this is a bit of a death sentence if they get 14-1. 13-2, win the pistol, still possible, so obviously going to fight tooth and nail for this final round.
Smoke top mid, perhaps. Brought it out twice. Usually the second time it's because they want to use it. It'll eventually fall off. Meanwhile, flashes toward a banana as Twist will take charge. Glaive up above, playing with Xyp9x. So again, by Device being so dynamic, they are swinging the rifles as a result of that as well. And Device is going to try and play a bait and switch toward the cubby this time with dupreeh. He may not need the switch because the bait seems sufficient. Hook, line, and sinker on the first shot to take down Elige.
5 versus 4, one of the key scalps to take down as well. Elige sent packing quite early onto the round. We haven't seen many set pieces here from Team Liquid. They're starting to triangulate towards the B bomb site. Dexo won't be allowing them, but he does drop. And now Glaive in a lot of trouble as well. This is looking promising for that second round. Double spray down was available to dupreeh. Didn't connect the shots though. It looks like 32 could be very possible here. We'll see whether Device and indeed Mages can do anything they can in the final rounds here. The retake absolutely is on as Mages comes in from the banana.
And just has to go by Taco. Not even ready for it. Finally, Liquid starting to look like there's some life in them, but at 13-2, good golly me. Okay, fair enough. You've pointed it out, Henry. Look, I was being a narrative.
Yep,
you know, I was trying to be an author, trying to build it up. You've pointed out very clearly that there was no life in that animation and picture that we saw of them.
No fist bumps, all right. No talking.
Fist bump?
Yeah, I know fist bump.
Yeah.
We do sometimes.
He must have rings on.
I know. It's always a bit of a problem. Maybe we could do high fives instead.
I'm not good at those, but yes, carry on.
So yeah, I can see the team cameras pretty much perpetually, and I can see that those guys, they won that round. No one's excited about it. No one's fist bumping. Understandably so, but I feel like you need to keep the energy up there. And like, if you've already given up and you feel like this is over, that's when you've already played yourself. Nitro, he'll be pushing down towards the middle area though. Could be spotting one towards T-steps. I think he gets this kill. If I'm honest, Xyp9x looks like he may be floundering a little bit. Let's get away. And now the round really begins. Elige will try and do what he can through the smoke, and that's not bad from Nafly. Gets in the opening pick, but the bomb will be planted here.
Glaive to plant gives advantage slightly to Astralis, though. They're down a man. They've got a burrow in B. Walked through some of the burrows yesterday. It was quite nice. Taco gets a shot back, though. It does bring it a little bit more into question as Magisk has to fight forward. Nearly got 2 more headshots. They were so close to lined up. Glaive cancels the animation on the reload to try and get shots in, and that's not going to happen. That's a sweep from Liquid on the way back in. Lost 2 men overall, but 1 man really when it was critical. And it goes 13-3.
Well, do Astralis buy up now, or do they get AKs in the third? I would say that there's a chance they can get the AKs out now.
Stop it.
Bear with me. I would say there's something behind this. They know that Liquid are weak right now. We really want to end the game right here and now. I'm not saying it's the best idea. I'm just saying the way things are going for them, maybe it will come out. But nice work from Nitro on the retake there, coming in from the coffins. We'll see whether they do go for the buy. Glaive goes for a CZ, so that suggests they won't be purchasing here.
Bravo, bravo.
And indeed, you're going for the more conservative and the correct approach of getting the AKs down. The third round here, you've got a massive lead. No need to take huge gambles, really. And there will be a bit of a rifle focus here from Team Liquid for that exact reason. The AKs are coming out. Taco with a nice little spray there. Doesn't need his second kill, but does get a dink off towards Zipex there. Should be able to get the frag now as well. Needs to be a little bit careful, but he's carefree as he gets through.
Is
he looking for the
Oh, getcha! I think he was. But he's about to die.
Yeah, well, not really much you can do about that.
1 versus 5, Glaive. It's like Gladiator.
But more gruesome.
It might
and
be.
bloody.
Good movie, that. The one with Mel Gibson was good as well.
That one with Mel Gibson?
Wasn't he in Gladiator? Was it? No, it was. Was it him? Yeah.
No.
It was. Tell me his name again. I can't remember.
Russell Crowe?
Yeah, that's the guy. The guy that was also in the movie about math, where he is schizophrenic. Yeah, that's the one.
Either way, we'll do the movie quiz after.
Kind of ruins the other joke if I can't get the actor right in the first one.
Well, here we go then. The gun round, well, the force buy and the third technically. You can't do this without the bomb going down to the pistol for new Counter-Strike fans. We'll see whether this is a round where Astralis get one step closer to finishing this one off. On the T side, could all fall apart. It's exactly what happened to them. They went down 12-3 in the first half, and then when they were on the CT side, they pulled it back. That was against Cloud9. So there's no reason why that can't happen here, but we'll see.
Well, Astralis have to be wary of that fact, given that they were involved in that game, so they'll at least have that evidence in their mind and perhaps treat it accordingly. So we talked about preservation on the previous buy. Now we get to the AKs and we get a one-man advantage already. More so, we're posted. We've got Zipex and we've got Dupree in the apartments, ready to explode onto the A site when required. And with Zipex taking down a second kill on Taco, this is going to force the hand of Liquid, who have to go aggressive on Banana. 2 players spotted there. Time to go, boys. A wide open. They might expect 1 player. They've only got information on 1 at this point that is alive, but already Liquid are aware of the situation. They know where this game is going without money, and as such, they'll back off toward T-spawn. They're going to get a save, and we go 14-4 in favor of Astralis.
Yeah, we do indeed. And we now fly and twists to try and hold on to their weapons, but it feels like they might have given up with this one. Just the body language for me and the lack of communication, those timeouts. I'm not saying it's definitely done, but if I was a betting man, that's where I'd be heading. Will be Team Liquid's to save 2 M4s. So you can see the money's not ideal. Elige with $1,000, Taco 150. But the 2 weapons saved, they'll definitely buy. Well, they have to buy, really. They can't allow Astralis to get to match points. It's a best of 1 for those who are not familiar with lots of different formats in CSGO. We just finished Star Ladder where we had best of 3 Swiss all the way through. That does have its flaws as well as a lot of perks.
Rumor has it the major is going to be Chargers only.
That would be amazing. Bring that back in hostage maps.
I don't know to bring it back at a major would be the right time
CS
to do
office
so.
to finish things off in a best of 5. It's going to happen. They're going to try and bring something in at some point.
You know, look, I've been saying it forever. I'm not opposed to having new maps come into the pool. Even if it means, you know, just a 1 season switch. Just get rid of these 7, get rid of the 5 of these 7, whatever. I don't know, just maybe a breath. Again, I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. I'm just saying I'm not opposed to the idea. That's all. So don't jump down my throat and say, oh, you're wrong, you're wrong. Maybe I am wrong. I'm just saying that if it were to happen, hey, why not? So deep smoke Banana, Glaive and Magiska already inside of that. They'll put another smoke additionally inside of Banana further up by the half wall, but that as well will be intruded upon. Molotov's thrown to the sandbags, not the greatest of Molotov, as you can see it. I don't know that it actually, we cut away a little soon. I don't know that it actually wrapped around the whole way, but they can check that. It's pretty straightforward. Yeah, the burn marks do go around, so. Still, though, Astralis lose the first man. Dupree going down to Twist. And Twist with 100 HP, so not really an argument. Twist is going to find another for the same result. Very good start to the round for him as he finds Zipex. Glaive to work through the smoke over toward Library. It's Nitro greeting him on the other side, but still watch toward Banana. Because Bomb is still in that direction and they want straight contact. Magiska to lead the charge. Nitro. This is clean and clinical from Liquid.
Yeah, really nice stuff so far. Finding all the kills required. 5 versus 1 device. Can't really do much of this whatsoever, so if he finds maybe a couple of kills, that could be something. You see the money brought up there beautifully. We'll have a look as to where they're going to be sitting next round. Remember, $1,400 per player. If he saves the AK, maybe they can do something with it. Block comes out, not going to be enough, and objectively speaking, they probably shouldn't buy here. If they manage to get maybe 3-4 kills in that particular round, then yes, you'd say let's give it a go. But the fact that all 5 players survived and your money isn't great, you've got this huge lead, no reason to force buy into it. I think everyone would agree with that. We'll see what they go for. They're hovering around 4k, and indeed, just a bit of a light investment. That's a correct call. They're just in cruise control right now, waiting to get that match point. As soon as they get there, they'll be able to close it out. But we will see. Have to get there first. They're going to just do maybe a little bit of a B play here. Device sent packing by the flames of the incendiary. And at this point, objective, get the bomb down. We talked about this in the first half. It's unlikely you will with the lack of utility. But they do have a smoke and a flashbang. He'll take a couple of trades towards the A side potentially, as it looks like B is shut down for maintenance as Alige pushes through the smoke to his demise. I'm not really sure that was required. They knew they were up against pistols there.
Yeah, it's so unnecessary. Nothing Nafly can do from this far back. And now he's going to get overrun because he went down to 14 on the first exchange and was locked behind the sandbag. So big misplay, big misstep from Alige. That was, yeah, reminiscent of SK, almost. Not quite where Phelps ran down with Fur in tow, because Fur at least realized that he had to do something. And with that, Liquid are forced out of the sight. Twist and Taco suddenly have to save 5 players standing, having started with pistols on the Astralis side. This is going to go to map point, 15-5. It seems like the pace has slowed down considerably.
It has.
Although it's still a quick game overall.
It does all fall apart here. Match point will be picked up. Taco and Twist trying to do whatever they can, Matt. And unfortunately, this should be it. But I just don't think 10 rounds in a row, from what I've seen so far, is really plausible. But we'll see. It's going to be the 15th round achieved on the partial buy as well. So there you go. Kind of a sign of the times, really. This will be a nice full buy now for Astralis. Liquid. Presumably this is where it all comes to a crashing halt. See them now. Replay of Glaive getting the shot through the smoke there. Nicely done. Could be the last round. MP9 for Mass. They do save 2 AKs though. Like we said, always very beneficial to have those on the CT side. Good grenade damage at the start. Well, less than anticipated actually. There it is. A bit more for Device, down to 62. And how are they going to finish this one off? Astralis, lots of cash, all the grenades for Glaive there. At this point, probably just trying to bleed the CTs out. Just try and work out what they've got. Are they stacking anywhere? Get some intel. That's exactly what Magus is doing right now. Peek that corner. Is anyone there? Smoke it off. Bait out a reaction. Is that going to present a smoke on the CT side? Indeed it is. Naf has to use his. He's lost vision. And they might be making their way through here. Lige trying to step up with the FAMAS. Dancing around the bomb site so far. Still a 5 versus 5. Flashbang starting to come through. He has got good positioning here, but do they commit?
Dupree holding by the logs. They want to go, but he wants to make sure with no one over toward A that this committal means no one will wrap him behind them in the process, as it's quite a good defensive setup, given that Nafly does not have to move from Emo as of yet. He will now, he gets 2. Zipix only the response, and it comes in late. That leaves Alige with plenty of opportunity toward the new box. Bomb dropped as well as Taco finds the kill, and suddenly Zipix finds himself in a 1 versus 3 that goes nowhere at all, 15-6.
The bomb site looking strong there for Liquid, but still so much work to be done here. Luckily, that's the money in a poor position for Astralis. They're still going to buy up into it, though. I saw 3 AKs being purchased, a couple of CZs, and these rounds, as we know, a team like Astralis always going to be viable. They're trying to capitalize on the fact there's still going to be a FAMAS. An MP9 here, they know the buy isn't exactly perfect for Team Liquid, and they might be going for the straight-up B rush here. We'll have a look. Grenades coming through. All 5 players indeed committed to this side of the map. Good incendiary, though. Alige might just buy enough time. Lots of damage there as Device and Zipex take the brunt of it. They will make their way towards the top of B, though, still with their grenades. So that's job 1 done. Keep 5 players alive, establish B control. They'll now fall back. Cost them a little bit too much damage, but we'll see whether they can recover. 20. Looks like they'll lead lining out the smokes. Usually want to do 1-4 CT spawn, the coffins. You can see Device there, presumably going to throw a Molotov towards first oranges. See if that comes. It's actually going to be going towards new boxes, so that's great. Eradicates that risk, and Naf now behind the smoke, jumps up. Not sure why. He's hoping to get on top of the coffin perhaps, so they know exactly where Alige is. This should be GG, but this kill is going to fall apart, and that definitely should be now. 5 versus 3, Nitro on the MP9.
Yeah, that was a kill that could have swung it back. It would have gone 4-4. But with 11 HP left on Nitro, 5 players alive inside of the site, and the bomb ticking for Astralis, we should be all but done. It's Taco that wants to try and do shades of simple with a prayer through the window. However, not to find anything. Bomb still continues to tick. There's 3 kits. There's 1 player left alive, and Twist is gone. Device with the kill, and it does go 16-6 in the end. Not bad.